Today, I'm going to show you how to get started DJing with Spotify. Yes, you heard me correctly. Spotify now integrates with all major DJ softwares, including Rekordbox, Serato DJ Pro, and Algorithm DJ. Well, bit of a 360 on Algorithm DJ, but we're not going to get into that today. So today, I'm going to show you how to get started, how to get set up, and also everything that you need to be aware of. Let's get into it. Okay, so welcome into Rekordbox 7. Now, the process for Spotify integration with Algorithm DJ and Serato is going to be very similar to that of Rekordbox. Obviously, Rekordbox is my software of choice, so I'm going to show you in this today. You are going to need to update your software to the latest version, and as soon as you have done that, you should see the little Spotify icon down the left-hand menu just there. Mine is just underneath Apple Music. If you do not see it appear, no problem at all. Just come up to the little cog icon there, click on the View menu, click on Layout, and then you have your media browser selector there. And just ensure that Spotify is checked on that media browser, and then it will appear. Now, when you click onto Spotify, you will need to log into your Spotify account the first time you do it. It takes a couple of seconds. You click on the login button that appears. I'm already logged in. It takes you over to Spotify. You log into your account. You basically give Rekordbox or Serato, whatever it is, permission, and basically you come back over to the software and it appears. The full Spotify playlist is available to you, and what's really cool is they have this made to DJ folder. So you have the intro to DJing, so this is quite cool. There's some episodes on that's going to help you to DJ. There's some made for you stuff. There's some DJing tracks there that are going to be quite good to put together, help you put together a DJ set. So very, very good for beginner DJs. One thing to bear in mind when it comes to using Spotify, it is exactly the same as Apple Music in that you have to have an internet connection at all times. There is currently no offline locker like what you would find on Beatport or BeatSource. So unfortunately, offline playback is not a thing on Spotify. But this does open the doors for so many DJs, especially beginner DJs, in my opinion, who haven't had the opportunity to build an extensive record collection. In addition to that, if you are DJing somewhere where you take requests and you happen to have an internet connection, and you don't have a particular request, the customer is hounding you and you have to get that request on and it fits in with the night, then of course you can potentially get it from Spotify because you've got access to millions of tracks at your fingertips. The other cool thing is if you follow particular playlists on Spotify, they do also appear. So if you look at the bottom here, we have your library. You have your liked songs that comes up as a playlist, which is pretty cool. So those are all my liked songs. And then you also have the playlists that you follow. So I follow a lot of housey ones. So we have there Ibiza 2025 and that. Notice the load time on some of this artwork, because as I say, it is dependent on that internet connection. So just bear that in mind, okay? Now, what's very important is that you cannot follow or create playlists within your DJ software. You still have to do that in the Spotify app. And the other thing to note as well is that even if you have stored your music offline on the Spotify app, that really doesn't do anything to impact Spotify. So there's no getting around the non-internet connection. If you want to search for tracks that are outside of this made to DJ or outside your library collection, it's just a case of simply searching using the search bar here. So say, for example, let's look for Fisher. He's a big DJ, isn't he? Let's look for Fisher. See, there's a bit of load time there. It takes a little bit of time. It's actually a bit quicker, it seems, than Apple Music, I will say that. And then it's a case of dragging and dropping the track into the deck. It will do exactly what it does on Apple Music. It takes a little bit of time to pull through the BPM data and also the waveform. So just bear that in mind if you are beat matching for the first time, especially important if you are doing quick transitions, but eventually that information does appear. Once the waveform has appeared the first time, however, it will load up instantly the second time you upload it. So there we go, I've just loaded up another track, it says 0 there. You can play it instantly, it's just it takes a while just to analyze that track, because it does it kind of on the fly, because of course Spotify, you know, Rekordbox, Serato, they're not going to analyze every single track instantly on the software. So just bear that in mind. See, there we go, the information has loaded. It takes a couple of seconds to load up the waveform again, but the waveform is there. Couple of other very, very important things to note. You will probably notice I get a red warning every time I load a track saying that stems function is unavailable for Spotify tracks. Yes, it's like any other streaming platform. If you use stems or try to use stems, it just doesn't work. It comes up with that warning saying there is no analysis data for the stems function. Another important thing to note is that if you try and record a mix, you cannot do it within your DJ software. It comes up with the volume, but if you try to record it, it says invalid operation. Recording is disabled when streaming tracks are loaded. You can get around this if you watch my video on how to record your DJ sets. If you use an external recorder like I show you in that video, then it is still possible to record a DJ mix with streaming tracks. So there we have it. Probably one of the biggest DJ announcements of 2025 with the introduction of Spotify onto DJ software, in my opinion, just because of how widely Spotify is used around the world. Of course, we've had Apple Music and Tidal integrations for quite some time, but let's face it, no one really uses Apple Music. If you found this video useful, please do give me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Shout out to my channel members as always. Thank you for your ongoing support. You are displayed on screen now. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you in the next video.